Imagine this, you're a rising Hollywood star cast as Disney's Snow White in one of the most iconic fairy tale remakes. But instead of basking in the spotlight, you find yourself at the center of an intense public controversy. That's exactly where Rachel Zegler is today, and the story behind this situation keeps getting more intense. So, why is Rachel Zegler making headlines, and what is Disney doing about it? Stick with me because this isn't just about a social media post. It's about public backlash, corporate reactions, and a potential shift in how Hollywood handles controversial stars. Let's dive into what happened, the fallout, and the latest moves by both Disney and other studios in response to this growing scandal. Here's where it all began. Just after the recent US presidential election, Rachel Zegler took to Instagram, expressing her frustration with the outcome. Her message: a strongly worded statement directed at former President Donald Trump and his supporters. She said, "May Trump supporters and Trump himself never know peace." Now, you might be wondering, what's the big deal? Why did this comment explode the way it did? Zegler's words resonated deeply, especially with Trump supporters, many of whom felt that her statement was personal, divisive, and, to some, even insulting. In no time, her post went viral, sparking outrage across social media and beyond. It's not every day that an actress takes such a public stand in this way, and the backlash was swift and strong. When a Disney star is involved in this kind of controversy, you'd expect Disney to act fast, right? But Disney's response has been, let's say, quiet yet intriguing. For a company known to be protective of its brand image, Disney's silence on the matter has left fans wondering if they're rethinking Zegler's future with the company. During Disney's recent earnings call, CEO Bob Iger reviewed upcoming releases for 2025, but noticeably left Snow White out of the lineup. Considering that the film's release is scheduled for just a few months from now, this omission didn't go unnoticed. Was this an intentional decision to distance Disney from the controversy? Or is it possible that they're simply holding off until the dust settles? The absence of any mention of Snow White from Disney's official roadmap certainly raises questions. Shortly after the backlash intensified, Zegler issued a public apology. She explained that her emotions had gotten the best of her and apologized for adding to what she called negative discourse. But here's the catch. Many people questioned the sincerity of her apology, suspecting it might have been influenced by Disney or her PR team. So, what do you think? Was her apology an attempt at genuine reconciliation, or was it a calculated move to ease public outrage? The apology seems to have only fueled more speculation, as fans debate whether her remorse was truly personal or simply damage control. And it's not hard to see why people might be skeptical, especially with Disney's involvement potentially in the background. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. Disney isn't the only studio rethinking its relationship with Rachel Zegler. Blumhouse Productions, a powerhouse in the horror genre, had cast Zegler as the lead in an upcoming horror trilogy that was expected to rival the Scream franchise. But after her comments went viral, Blumhouse made a major decision. They dropped her from the project entirely. The trilogy was a big deal. With an estimated $10 million contract across 3 films, this role could have been a defining moment in Zegler's career. But now, that opportunity is gone, and Blumhouse is in a rush to recast her role by January to keep production on schedule. This swift decision suggests that studios are taking the impact of public perception very seriously, especially when it comes to the marketability of their films. But there's more to the story. Reports have surfaced that Zegler was already facing creative differences with Blumhouse, specifically over the direction of her character in the horror trilogy. Sources say Zegler found the role too violent and requested changes that didn't sit well with the film's writers and producers. So when her social media comments began causing public backlash, it may have been the final push that led Blumhouse to part ways with her. Imagine being on the brink of a major career-defining role only to see it vanish in an instant due to a combination of creative clashes and public reaction. It's a stark reminder of how quickly things can change in Hollywood. So, what's the next step for Disney in this saga? The Snow White film is already surrounded by significant controversy, and Zegler's recent comments have only added to the tension. Rumors are swirling that Disney might limit her involvement in the promotional events leading up to the film's release. It's clear that Disney wants to protect its brand image, and with the current climate of public scrutiny, they'll likely tread carefully. As the movie's release date approaches, Disney faces a challenging decision. Should they continue with Zegler in the spotlight, or should they try to minimize her role in the promotional campaign? It's a tough call, especially when they're dealing with a movie as iconic as Snow White, a project expected to draw a large family audience. For Rachel Zegler, the future remains uncertain. While her talent has undeniably brought her to this point, the impact of her recent comments and the studio reactions may shape her career in ways she didn't anticipate. With Blumhouse dropping her and Disney navigating the fallout, Zegler may face challenges finding roles with studios that are wary of potential controversies. So, what does this mean for the future of celebrity influence in Hollywood? As studios react to public opinion with increased caution, it's possible that actors might start rethinking how they engage with their platforms. Will Hollywood see a return to just acting, or will outspoken opinions continue to play a role in shaping careers? Now, here's where I want to hear from you. Should Disney take further action regarding Zegler, or has her apology done enough to address the situation? And do you think Blumhouse made the right call in removing her from their horror trilogy? These are questions with no easy answers, but they reflect the complicated balance of image, influence, and audience expectations that Hollywood is constantly juggling. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more updates on Hollywood's latest stories, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.